Welcome to Catholic Mom Mindset, a daily show where you learn to walk closely with the Holy Spirit so you can live the life God is calling you to. I'm your host, Sterling Jaquith. Let us begin. Welcome back. Today I want to talk about your self-image. And I don't think I knew what that was. I think I would have guessed if somebody had said self-image, kind of the collection of thoughts that I thought about myself. But now I've read so many books that I understand that this is much more than that. It's your self-image is like the blueprint that you would give an architect to build your life. So if you wanted to build a house, you would say, okay, architect, here's the blueprint. This is the house I want you to build. Now go make that happen. Your self-image is a version of that in your mind. So the way that you see yourself is what shows up in your life. And there's kind of two analogies I want to use to explain this further. One is that our self-image that we've had for a very long time is like a rubber band. And when we try to create a new self-image, especially without any training, it's like stretching the rubber band, but often it snaps right back. So this is true if you've tried to like lose weight or make money or start becoming a person who runs, and you do the new thing because you're hyped up about it. But then, and you have some excitement in the beginning, yay. But then it starts to feel really uncomfortable. You feel really out of place, and your rubber band will snap back to your self-image. And this is because you probably didn't do the self-image work. So you didn't actually change the architect blueprint, which makes a lot of sense because I was 37 when I learned how to do this. And the other way to describe it is like a thermometer that measures your temperature. And when you try to be a person who makes more money, right, then you're trying to raise that thermometer, okay? But what happens is it gets too hot and you feel uncomfortable and you're like, ooh, we got to get out of here. And you come back down. Because you think the feeling of being like hot and uncomfortable is bad. So you're like, I got to get out of here. And so some of you have changed some part of your self-image. So for me, I grew up with very little money and I have expanded my self-image to the amount of money that I have now. Like I always kind of knew I was going to go to college and I was going to be an entrepreneur and I was going to like escape my childhood. But now I've kind of at the moment hit this ceiling where I have way more money than my parents. But I can feel it in my body actually, that my self-image is not yet someone who's at the next level. So I'm working on expanding my self-image and by rewriting the blueprint level, not just hoping or wishing or setting some goals on paper. And the way that we change our self-image is we have to go into our brain and we have to tell our brain, which is basically just a computer, why the old self-image is false. Like, hey, brain, I know that you have always identified us as an emotional eater. But that's not actually our blueprint. That was just a couch that we had in the house. That was just some decorating choices. It's not who we are. It was just stuff in the house. So we can change that. Who we are is a problem solver, someone who's really good at being uncomfortable for growing, for the sake of growth. And I am not an emotional eater. I am someone who takes care of my body. I was just play acting the other thing. So you've got to really show your brain why the old self-image was false or no longer applies. So you might even say, well, I just didn't know some certain things back then. Now I have new knowledge and that's going to change how I show up. But you've got to believe it really deeply to not have that rubber band snap back thing. To really reimagine your self-image. So I just want to introduce this concept to you today. That was like the tiniest bit, but it's really blowing my mind to understand this on a deep psychological level, on a how our brain is wired level, and that really changing our self-image is possible. So all I want you to do today is I just want you to consider, what are some thoughts you have about yourself that you always thought were true? I'm forgetful. I'm always late. I'm an emotional eater. Or I'm not. It might be like, I'm not one of the cool moms, or I'm not fashionable, or right? Just like we have these labels for ourselves. I just want you to think about your labels. I just want you to decide if you want to keep them. If I told you, you didn't have to keep it, you could change it, which ones would you keep? And which ones would you change? I just want you to open your mind up to that today. And of course, talk to the Lord about it. Be like, Lord, what are some labels that I've just chosen? You didn't choose them for me. I just chose. Show me those, Lord. Show me what my current self-image is like. Okay, that's your work today. I love you. Walk with the Lord today. Just walk with him. Ask him to give you the gift of wisdom to see yourself the way that he sees you. And let's see which self-image things we want to keep and which ones we want to drop. Thank you so much for listening, and have a blessed day. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Catholic Mom Mindset. To learn more about growing closer to the Holy Spirit, check out our free resources at madeforgreatness.co. Thank you so much for listening, and have a blessed day.